There comes a moment in every chosen soul's life when the world around you begins to shift, and you can no longer pretend that everything is normal. The signs intensify, the inner voice grows louder. Life begins to separate you from the places and people who once felt familiar. This is not a coincidence, it is not chaos, it is a calling, a divine intervention disguised as discomfort. You feel the pressure because something within you has awakened long before the world could understand it. You are seeing truth too clearly, moving too deeply, sensing too sharply. And with that awakening comes danger, because everything that thrives in illusion resists the one who carries light. The chosen are rarely attacked for what they do, they are attacked for who they are becoming. The danger is not physical, it is spiritual. It is the slow erosion of your purpose, the subtle dimming of your inner fire, the temptation to return to versions of yourself that God has already asked you to outgrow. The world tries to pull you back. Fear whispers, doubt lingers, familiar voices tell you to stay small. But chosen ones do not survive by shrinking. They survive by stepping into the path prepared for them. God's plan is not arriving someday in the future. It is unfolding now. The warnings you feel are guidance. The restlessness you carry is direction. Every closed door is protection. Every delay is divine timing. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. Do not wait for perfect signs. Do not wait for courage to magically appear. Do not wait for validation from people who cannot yet see what you see. When God calls a chosen one forward, the path does not light up all at once. Only the next step is revealed, and that is enough. The danger lies in your hesitation. The salvation lies in your obedience. Chosen one, you are being moved, not to comfort but to alignment. You are being shifted, not to escape but to evolve. Your old identity cannot walk into the destiny waiting for you. That is why you feel the spiritual friction. That is why everything familiar feels tight, outdated, and too small. You are being expanded into someone you have not met yet. Trust the pull. Trust the uneasiness. Trust the detours. The divine plan is not designed to make sense. It is designed to make you powerful. So step forward, step now. Step even if your voice shakes and your knees tremble. You are not stepping alone. You are stepping into the hands of the one who wrote the plan long before your fear ever existed. Chosen one, this is your moment. You are in danger only if you stay where your soul no longer belongs. You are safe the instant you follow the path being carved for you. Don't wait. Move. The plan is already unfolding, and God is already ahead of you. Your discomfort is a divine signal, a subtle but undeniable vibration that tells you something in your life is out of alignment with your true nature. It is the quiet whisper of your inner world urging you to pay attention, to stop numbing, to stop pretending that the life you've been tolerating is the one you are meant to live. Discomfort is not a punishment, it is a messenger. It appears the moment you start drifting away from your authentic path, the moment you shrink yourself to fit places your soul has already outgrown. It nudges you through restlessness, through emotional heaviness, through the feeling that something is off, even when everything looks fine on the surface. Most people try to silence discomfort. They run from it, distract themselves, or bury it under routine and noise. But the chosen ones feel it more intensely because they are meant to evolve. For souls who are called to a higher purpose, discomfort becomes the divine alarm clock, ringing not to disturb their peace, but to awaken their power. Every time you feel uneasy in an environment that once felt familiar, it is a sign that God is shifting you. Every time a relationship drains you, every time a dream feels too small, every time a job starts to suffocate your spirit, that discomfort is revealing a truth you have been avoiding. And you know it. The body knows when the heart is lying. The spirit knows when the soul is trapped. Discomfort grows louder each time you ignore it. That heaviness in your chest, the tension in your mind, the feeling of being stuck. These sensations are not random. They are invitations. Invitations to leave what is unhealthy, to step into what is meant, to stop betraying your inner knowing. The divine does not speak in thunder, it speaks in nudges. It speaks in intuition, in repeated patterns, in the same message arriving through different people and moments. What you call discomfort is often your spiritual navigation system redirecting you toward alignment. If you were meant to stay where you are, you would feel peace. But the absence of peace is not a flaw, it is guidance. It is a sign that your spirit is preparing for expansion, that your path is evolving, that your purpose is calling louder than ever. Discomfort only becomes painful when you cling to a life that is trying to release you. When you finally listen, you realize it was never trying to break you, it was trying to move you. The danger is spiritual, subtle enough to go unnoticed, but powerful enough to drain the very essence of who you are becoming. It is not the kind of threat that announces itself with noise or chaos. It arrives quietly, disguised as comfort, routine, or familiarity. It shows up in the people who want you to stay the same because your evolution would expose their stagnation. It appears in the habits that once soothed you but now slowly weaken your clarity. Spiritual danger rarely screams, it whispers, it convinces you to settle, to delay, to wait for the right time, to doubt your calling, to question the intuition that has never failed you. It invites you back into the versions of yourself you worked so hard to outgrow. This danger grows strongest when you are on the edge of transformation. When something within you begins to awaken, the forces that benefit from your numbness try to reclaim you. They tempt you with old patterns, familiar distractions, and relationships that feel comfortable but quietly suffocating. You begin to feel the pull between who you were and who you are becoming. This is the battlefield, not outside but inside. The real threat is spiritual amnesia, forgetting your worth, your purpose, your inner power. It is the slow erosion of your identity, the fading of your inner voice, the feeling that you cannot trust your own knowing. Spiritual danger is present whenever you start negotiating with your soul, when you ignore the whispers telling you to move, when you stay in environments that shrink you, when you silence your instincts in order to belong, when you lower your standards because you fear being alone. These are not small compromises, they are fractures in your spiritual foundation, and each fracture widens until you no longer recognize the distance between what you tolerate and what your spirit truly desires. The reason this danger feels so heavy is because it aims not at your body, but at your alignment. It tries to disconnect you from the source of your strength, from God, from intuition, from inner truth. Once a chosen soul loses connection to these, they become vulnerable to confusion, doubt, and spiritual fatigue. But when you recognize the danger, you reclaim your power. Awareness becomes protection. You begin to see the traps hidden beneath comfort. You realize that not all peace is real peace. Some of it is just a pause before the soul begins to suffocate. And the moment you awaken to this, the danger loses its power, because your spirit returns to its rightful place, leading, warning, guiding, and protecting you. God's plan is already active, unfolding around you in ways far too intricate for the human mind to fully grasp. It is not something that will begin someday when life becomes clearer or when you feel ready. It is happening right now, beneath every moment that feels confusing, every delay that frustrates you, every detour you did not expect. While you are questioning the path is already shaping itself. While you are waiting for a sign, the signs are already surrounding you. The divine plan does not announce itself with certainty, it reveals itself through the very circumstances you often dismiss as coincidence, inconvenience, or chaos. Every person who exits your life, every door that closes, every opportunity that slips away, is part of a sequence designed to shift you into alignment. You may see endings, God sees openings. You may feel loss, God sees redirection. You may feel stagnant, God is preparing new ground beneath your feet. What appears as resistance is often divine protection, keeping you away from places that cannot carry the weight of your destiny. The plan is active even when you feel still, moving even when you cannot sense movement, guiding you even when you feel lost. The uneasiness you feel is part of it. The dreams that refuse to leave you are part of it. The relationships that suddenly feel misaligned are part of it. Nothing is random. The divine orchestrates through subtlety, through timing, through alignment of people and events you could never arrange on your own. The moments you label as setbacks are often strategic pauses, giving you time to grow into the version of yourself needed for what comes next. The moments you label as obstacles are preparing you for strength you do not know you have yet. You are already inside the plan, even if you can't trace the pattern. The soul recognizes it long before the mind does. That's why you feel the pull towards something greater, even when you don't have the language for it. That's why certain environments feel too small, certain habits feel too heavy, certain goals no longer satisfy you. The plan is pushing you toward your purpose by making anything less unbearable. You don't need to force what is meant for you. You don't need to chase what the divine has already reserved in your name. Your only task is to stay awake, stay responsive, and stay aligned with the inner knowing that keeps urging you forward. The orchestration is already in motion, quiet, powerful, unstoppable. God's plan does not wait for your confidence. It only waits for your willingness to take the next step. Hesitation is the greatest threat because it quietly steals the life you were meant to live. It convinces you that you have more time, that you can wait until the fear settles, that clarity will magically appear if you just pause a little longer. But hesitation grows roots. The longer you sit in uncertainty, the more your courage weakens and the more your intuition fades beneath layers of doubt. What begins as a moment of caution often becomes a habit of delay. And delay slowly becomes a lifestyle of spiritual paralysis. This is why hesitation is dangerous. It disguises itself as safety while pulling you further from the path meant to elevate you. Every time you hesitate, you give fear time to rewrite your instincts. You allow old versions of yourself to negotiate with the new identity trying to rise within you. You let the world's opinions drown out the whisper of your calling. The opportunities aligned for your growth do not vanish out of punishment. They shift because divine timing does not wait indefinitely. When you hesitate, you weaken the momentum that the universe has already begun building around you. You interrupt the spiritual current that was carrying you forward. Hesitation also invites confusion. The longer you hover between decisions, the more tangled your mind becomes. You start imagining consequences that don't exist. You create scenarios based on fear rather than intuition. You rehearse the pain of failure instead of envisioning the possibility of transformation. Eventually, you convince yourself that staying where you are is safer than stepping toward what you desire. But safety is an illusion when your soul is suffocating. The cost of inaction is always greater than the cost of a single brave choice. The moments when you feel the strongest pull toward change are the exact moments when hesitation tries to tighten its grip. It knows you are close to breakthrough. It senses your readiness. It senses your evolution. And that is when it whispers the loudest. Maybe later, maybe next year, maybe when you feel more confident. But confidence doesn't come before movement. It comes because of movement. The path becomes visible only when you take the step. Hesitation threatens your destiny, not by stopping you violently, but by softening your urgency. It makes you forget that divine alignment is sensitive, that certain doors open only when your courage aligns with your calling. The moment you stop hesitating, the energy shifts. The moment you act, the path responds. Your life begins to move again because you've decided to move. Your awakening attracts resistance because the moment you begin to see clearly, everything built on illusion feels threatened. When your consciousness rises, it disrupts the patterns, relationships, and environments that depended on your unawareness. People who once felt comfortable around you suddenly sense the shift, even if they cannot explain it. Your energy changes, your boundaries sharpen, your intuition strengthens, and this unsettles those who benefited from your old self. Awakening is not just a personal transformation, it is a disruption to any system, internal or external, that relied on your silence, your self-doubt, or your willingness to shrink. Resistance arrives in many forms. It can come through people who try to pull you back into familiar roles because your growth exposes their stagnation. It can appear as unexpected obstacles, emotional turbulence, or old triggers resurfacing. It often emerges from within you as well, the part of your psyche that fears change and wants wants to cling to the familiar, even when the familiar is painful. Awakening demands that you face truths you once avoided, and truth is not always welcomed by the parts of your life that survived on denial or comfort. The resistance you encounter is not a sign that you're moving in the wrong direction, it's proof that you are leaving the level where your old limitations belong. When you rise, the shadows you used to ignore become impossible to overlook. Your spirit becomes too loud to silence. Your clarity becomes too sharp to dim. This creates tension, not because you are wrong, but because you are transforming. The world around you has to rearrange itself to match the new frequency you carry. Many people expect awakening to bring instant peace, but the initial stages often bring friction. Light reveals what darkness hid. Awareness exposes what fear disguised. You begin to see motives clearly, feel energy deeply, and understand yourself in ways that no longer allow you to settle. That clarity makes others uncomfortable. Some will distance themselves, some will challenge you, some will question your changes. But this resistance is not meant to stop you, it is meant to refine you. Your awakening disrupts anything that was built on your unhealed self. It forces you to confront the attachments, beliefs, and relationships that cannot survive your evolution. The resistance teaches you discernment. It strengthens your spirit, it sharpens your intuition, and ultimately it prepares you to live in alignment with the truth that has been waiting inside you all along. You are being positioned, not punished, though the process often feels like everything familiar is falling apart. When life begins to shift in ways you didn't choose, your first instinct is to assume something is wrong. You wonder why certain people drift away, why opportunities collapse, why the path you trusted suddenly feels uncertain. But what appears as loss is often divine rearrangement. You are not being pushed backward, you are being moved into alignment with what your spirit has been quietly preparing for. Positioning rarely feels gentle. It stretches you, empties you, and asks you to release attachments that no longer serve your evolution. The human mind interprets discomfort as punishment, but the soul understands it as preparation. You outgrow things long before you realize you've outgrown them, and life must sometimes force the separation. Relationships end because your next chapter requires a stronger version of love. Jobs dissolve because your purpose cannot breathe in environments that limit your potential. Plans fail because the path you were clinging to was never meant to hold the weight of your destiny. These moments do not indicate divine rejection. They are evidence of divine involvement. Positioning often requires distance. Distance from noise, from distractions, from people who cloud your clarity. It may feel like isolation, but this solitude is not abandonment, it is refinement. You are being shaped without interference, strengthened without external influence, taught to rely on intuition instead of approval. Every pause is strategic, every delay is intentional. Every redirection is an act of protection you may not understand until much later. Punishment is meant to diminish, but positioning elevates, even when it feels like loss. It rearranges your priorities, sharpens your boundaries, awakens dormant parts of your identity, and reminds you of what you are truly capable of. The pressure you feel is the friction of transformation. The uncertainty you face is the space where old patterns break so new pathways can open. You are being lifted out of cycles that once felt comfortable but would have eventually limited you. When you look back, you will realize the events that once felt like setbacks were actually precise, deliberate movements guiding you toward alignment. You will see that nothing was taken from you without something greater being prepared. You will recognize that you were never being punished. You were being placed exactly where your purpose needed you to be. And so, chosen one, understand this. Nothing in your life is happening by accident. The pressure, the resistance, the discomfort, the sudden shifts, they're all signs that heaven has its hands on you. You are being lifted out of the life that once defined you and placed into the life that was always meant for you. The world may not understand your transformation, but the divine does. Every step you've taken, every tear you've shed, every instinct you've followed, has been part of a much larger design unfolding in the unseen. This is not the time to doubt yourself. This is not the time to shrink back into what feels safe. This is the moment to rise into the identity your soul has been whispering about for years. Trust the movement, trust the timing, trust the inner pull that refuses to let you settle. You are not running out of time, you are stepping into it. You are not losing your way, you are finally aligning with it. And you are not being broken, you are being rebuilt into someone capable of carrying the magnitude of the calling placed on your life. So take the step, take the risk, take the leap your spirit has been urging you toward. The path ahead may not be fully visible, but the one guiding you has already prepared every inch of it. Walk forward with courage, with faith, with the quiet knowing that you were chosen for this moment, long before you ever realized it. This is your turning point. This is your awakening. Move now, the divine is waiting for you to arrive.